In this video, we will learn about kingdom Monera. The word Monera, it has been derived from the Greek language that means solitary. This kingdom include all bacteria. These organisms, they are the most abundant and these are found in each and every type of the habitat. You can find them at 0 degree temperature, 100 degree temperature, on the skin, in the body, in the soil, in the air, in the water, everywhere. These are prokaryotic, unicellular, and their cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. All membrane-bound cell organelles absent in bacteria and the ribosome, it is of 70S type. Let us study the structure of a prokaryotic cell. You can observe that the outermost cell envelope, this is made up of 3 different layers. The outermost layer is called capsule or the slime layer. It is made up of glycocalyx. When it is tightly packed, then it is called capsule, and if it is loosely formed, then this is called slime layer. Next is the cell wall. This cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, some amino acid plus glycan, a disaccharide. A plasma membrane, its constitution is just like any other ordinary plasma membrane made up of lipids and protein. You can see in the cytoplasm, membrane-bound cell organelles are absent. There are certain granules which are called inclusion bodies here. Instead of nucleus, you can observe a nucleoid is there because it is not bounded by a proper nuclear membrane. There may or may not be a flagella in the prokaryotic cells. There is an extra chromosomal DNA material that is called plasmid. Beside that, you also observe pili here. So what are pili and fimbriae? These are the surface extension and made up of protein. Now what is the difference in the fimbriae and the pili? Now look at this figure. Pili, they are hair-like, long, thick structure. They are always less in number. On the other hand, fimbriae, they are large in number, they are small in structure, and they are thin. They are made up of different proteins. The function of the fimbriae is to help in attachment of the bacteria to some other surfaces or bacteria. They combine with the bacteria to form a colony with the help of these fimbriae. On the other hand, pili, they help in conjugation. One bacteria combine with the another, conjugate with the another bacteria, and their genetic material is exchanged with the help of these pili. So I hope the difference between the pili and the fimbriae is clear to you. Now we come to the nutrition in this. This is the group that is showing the most extensive type of the metabolic diversity. Each and every type of the nutrition is found in this group. Photoautotrophic, like in case of cyanobacteria, chemoautotrophic, like nitrifying bacteria, saprotrophic, decomposers bacteria, heterotrophic, symbiotic, like rhizobium, and parasitic bacteria, which is responsible for causing various disease in human, in animal, and in the plants. They can reproduce both by the asexual and the sexual reproduction. When they are reproducing by the asexual reproduction, it can be by binary fission or it can be by the spore formation. When the conditions are not favorable, they form the spores. Sexual reproduction, that is, it may be by conjugation. In this process, 2 bacteria, they conjugate, they form a tube, and through this tube, genetic material is exchanged. It may be transformation. In this process, they get genetic material from the outside atmosphere and they get transformed. And the third one is transduction. In this, they may get infected by virus, and this virus is responsible for transferring the genetic material from one bacteria to another. Now let us see how these bacteria, they are classified on the basis of their shape. If the shape of the bacteria is sphere, then these are called coccus. If single bacteria is there, then it is called monococcus. If it is 2, then it is called diplococcus. If it is 3, then it is called 3, or it form a chain-like structure, then this is called streptococcus. If the shape is rod-like, then they are called bacillus. If 2, then diplobacillus. If a chain, then it is called streptobacillus. Salmonella, this is an example of bacillus. It may be comma shape. If it is comma shape, then it is called Vibrio. The example is Vibrio cholera, which is responsible for causing cholera. Its shape may be the spiral shape, spirillum, and the example is Spirochetes. Now the type of the bacteria can be according to the strain, or it can be according to the nutrition, or it can be according to the cell wall. Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria, the most primitive type of the bacteria. In fact, in 6 kingdom classification, Archaebacteria, they have been removed from the kingdom Monera and they have been placed in a separate kingdom. They show certain property different from Eubacteria. They are having a cell wall that is different from the Eubacteria. It is not made up of peptidoglycan. This is made up of protein and non-cellulosic polysaccharides. This may have certain fats also in this. Another thing is, these are found in the extreme hostile condition, and that is why these are known as Archaebacteria. They are found where the temperature is 100 degree, in complete absence of oxygen and very high salt concentration. These are found in our gut. These are found in the sewage. They are totally anaerobic. And these bacteria, they are supposed to evolve immediately after the formation of the first life that originated on the earth. The next category of bacteria is mycoplasm. Mycoplasm, they are the simplest and the smallest type of the bacteria in the cell wall absent. And this is the reason that they are susceptible to antibiotics. They are heterotrophic, and most of mycoplasm, they are parasitic, and they produce pleuropneumonia in domestic animal. The term PPLO stands for pleuropneumonia-like organisms. Mycoplasm, they belong to the category Actinomycetes. The next category of bacteria is cyanobacteria. Very important category of bacteria, commonly known as the blue-green algae. They are aquatic and photosynthetic, and when they grow in colonies, they can be easily observed. Their colonies is surrounded by the gelatinous sheath. They give a specific smell and color to the oceans. You can see the color of the ocean water, it can change because of the colonies of the cyanobacteria. For example, Nostoc, Anabaena, Azobacter, these are some of the cyanobacteria. They fix nitrogen in special cells called heterocyst. Another category is chemoautotroph. Chemoautotroph, they derive the energy from chemicals. They oxidize various inorganic substances like nitrate and nitrate, and then they store the energy in the form of ATP. They are helping in recycling of nutrient. If you remember, in nitrogen cycle, there are Nitrobacter, Nitrosomonas. These bacteria are the chemoautotroph. The next category of bacteria, heterotroph bacteria. This is the most abundant type of the bacteria. They may be decomposers, they may be symbionts, parasitic. As far as their economic importance is concerned, they are involved in curd formation, in antibiotic formation, helping in nitrogen fixation, but these are also responsible for causing disease in human, animals, and in plants. Bacteria, they can also be categorized on the basis of the stain. This method of grouping was discovered by scientist Christian Gram. That is why this is called Gram stain. And on the basis of this, we divide the bacteria into two categories, Gram positive and Gram negative. In this technique, bacterial colony, they are stained with alkaline solution of the crystal violet. Crystal violet This is purple in color. Then these are treated with 0.5% of the iodine solution. Then they are washed with water. That is followed by washing with absolute alcohol. If bacteria they retain the color, if they still appear blue or purple, then these are called gram positive. And if they lose their color, they become colorless, then these are known as gram negative. Gram negative, they are supposed to be antibiotic susceptible. On the other hand, gram negative, they are more virulent. They are resistant to antibiotic. Gram positive bacteria, they are having a thick layer of peptidoglycan. On the other hand, gram negative, they are having a thin layer of cell wall, but there is an additional layer of lipid, and this is supposed that this provide them resistant to the antibiotic.